Good morning, class 11th Commerce. This is your subject Economics, chapter number 3, Census and Sample Method, lecture number 4. Now, the topics to be discussed in this lecture are purposive sampling, number 2, systematic sampling, and number 3, quota sampling. These all are the parts of non-probability sampling. So let's begin with the purposive sampling. See, in this method, investigator himself makes the choice of the sample items which in his opinion are the best representative of the universe, or we can say best representative of the population. So in this method of sampling, selection of sample item is not left to the chance factors. It is made by choice. Earlier in random sampling we were selecting randomly. Fine, but here in purposive sampling we have the knowledge about the population and we know which sample is to be selected. So it is not by chance that I have selected these people. No, I have the choice. I'll select a suitable sample which will fit my investigation. So this method of sampling is specifically suitable when some of the items in the universe are of special significance and they should be included in the sample. Let's give you an example. If an investigation is to be made relating to the iron and steel industry in India, then the conclusion of a purposive sampling, so what will I include? I'll include all such industries such as Tata Iron and Steel Company. This will be my obvious inclusion, obvious selection. However, there is considerable possibility of personal biasness in the purposive sampling. So that means if I want to study about iron and steel industry, I'll definitely choose Tata Iron and Steel Company because majority of iron and steel is supplied by the Tata Iron and Steel Company. So in this sampling, you are making the choices purposefully, intentionally. You know which samples are to be included and which samples are not to be included. For example, if I want to know about the performance of the class, I'll definitely include the marks of monitors and I'll include the marks of best students, poor students, because I know that from where I can get the exact and relevant data. So what are the merits or the benefits or positive points of purposive sampling? This is a flexible method. That means this method is flexible to allow inclusion of those items in the sample which are of special significance, which are of special importance. It's a simple technique of selection of the sample items. Selection of items can be deliberately or intentionally turned to the purpose of study. फ्लेक्सिबल मेथड है, आप सैम्पल साइज को एडजस्ट कर सकते हो. यू कैन इंटेंशनली change the sample size. You can select the items deliberately according to the purpose of study. Are you clear with this? So purposive sampling is the sampling in which investigator himself makes the choice of the sample items which in his opinion are the best representative of the universe. जो उसको लगता है कि पूरी population को अच्छे से represent करेगा, वो items को चुनता है. वो कुछ भी randomly नहीं item select कर लेता है, कुछ भी randomly नहीं select करता है. He select only those items which he thinks that will suit his investigation, that will represent the population in the best way. Are you clear with the merits and the concept? Now let's discuss the demerits. See, because now I know that this person will represent the population well, this person is of significant use, so I have selected that person. So maybe I am biased toward that person. Maybe I am partial with that person. So there is a possibility of personal biasness in the selection of items. And because there is personal biasness, reliability of results becomes doubtful. Now come to this another sampling method, that is systematic sampling. See, systematic sampling is often used instead of random sampling. It is also called the nth name selection technique. I'll explain it how. See, after the required sample size has been calculated, every nth record is selected from the list of population members. As long as the list does not contain any hidden order, this sampling method is as good as random sampling method. Its only advantage over random sampling is that this technique is simple. Now see what happens in this sampling, that units of the population are numerically, geographically, alphabetically arranged. Every nth item of the numbered item is selected as the sample item. For example, I am out of 100, there are 100 students, fine. Now out of those 100 students, I have made a proper plan, proper system, that I will select every 10th item for every 10th student for my investigation. So first I'll select number 10, then I'll select number 20, then I'll select number 30, then I'll select number 40, 50, 60 and so on up to 100. That means I have clear thought, clear plan, clear system in my mind that I will select the 10th person out of these, every 10th person out of these 100 students. nth term means जितने आपके population में number हैं, ठीक है. तो मैंने कहा कि मैं हर एक 10th student को select करूंगी for my investigation. So first I'll select 10, first then I'll select 20, 30. So this is what a systematic selection. If there are 10 students in class and I'm saying that I'll ask the question to every second student. So this is a systematic sampling. आप सिस्टम से चल रहे हो, आपको पता है कि आपको हर दूसरे नंबर पे जो बच्चा बैठा हुआ है आपको उसको चूज करना है. So this is what? Systematic sampling. Are you clear with this? So this method of sampling is a shortcut method of random sampling. In random sampling, you were just randomly selected anybody. But in this, you have a system of selecting. You know that every second person or every third person or every fourth person, you have to select for your investigation. So this method is not an haphazard method. This method gives a clear-cut solution to the investigation problem. It's a very simple method. Sample can be easily determined. There is hardly any possibility of biasness. Biasness कैसे होगी जब मैंने एक सिस्टम बना दिया कि भाई हर सेकंड बच्चे को मैं सिलेक्ट करूंगी. So there is no need of biasness, no scope of biasness, no scope of partiality. See, here is an example that I have decided I will select, first I have selected number 2. Now I have this system in my mind that I will select every third person after number 2. So I have selected 5th number, then 8th number, then 11th number. So this number 2, 5, 8, 11. These are my samples. And what was my planning? What was my system? That I will select every third person. So every third person selected forms a sample. And the population is from number 1 to number 11. Clear? Now let me show you another example. See here. See, this is also same. Now I said that I'll select these people. So first I've selected this green, then that red person, then again green. Now in this also I am saying that I'll select every third person. So I have selected every third person. हर दो को छोड़ के एक पर्सन सिलेक्ट हुआ है, हर दो को छोड़ के एक पर्सन सिलेक्ट हुआ है. दिस इज व्हाट? सिस्टमैटिक सैम्पलिंग. यू हैव अ सिस्टम ऑफ सिलेक्टिंग. So systematic sampling is the selection of samples from a population according to a set schedule or plan. Now another example, this is the population. Now in this also I have said that you can take any number. I'll select number 2, number 3, number 4. So here I have given the number 3rd. Clear? Now what are the advantages of systematic sampling? It is simple method. Population will be evenly sampled. That means population will be equally sampled. There is no scope of biasness. Evenly का मतलब वो नहीं होता number divided by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8. Even का मतलब यहाँ पर वो नहीं है. If you are thinking even numbers, evenly का मतलब even numbers है. No. Evenly मतलब equally. कि हर population equally sampled हो जाएगी, मतलब population से equal result मिल पाएगा. फाइन. पॉसिबिलिटी बायसनेस की तब आ जाती है जब इन्वेस्टिगेटर को पहले से ही पॉपुलेशन का पता होता है. अदरवाइज में बहुत कम चांसेस होते हैं बायसनेस के. नाउ लेट्स मूव टू द कोटा सैम्पलिंग. सी, इन कोटा सैम्पलिंग द सिलेक्शन ऑफ द सैंपल इज मेड बाय द इंटरव्यूअर हु हैज बीन गिवन कोटाज टू फिल from specified subgroups of the population. That means what? कि population के subgroups बने हुए हैं. तो क्या हम कह सकते हैं कि population already stratified है? Population के stratas बने हुए हैं. So if population is stratified, already groups are made, will make the quotas from that. Fine. See, quota sampling is a type of judgment sampling and perhaps the most commonly used sampling technique in non-probability category. In a quota sampling, quotas are set up according to some specified characteristics. Quotas बने, हमने quota बनाए, there are some specific characteristics जिनके बेसिस पे हमने quota decide किया. देखो, in a radio listening survey, the interviewers may be told to interview 500 people living in a certain areas, and that out of every 100 person interviewed, 60. See here, spelling of person is wrong. It is person. 60 are housewife, 25 are farmers, 15 are children under the age 18. Within these quotas, the interviewer is free to select the people to be interviewed. तो मतलब आपने कोटा बना दिया ना कि अगर 100 लोग सिलेक्ट करने हैं तो 500 में से 100 लोगों का हमने इंटरव्यू लेना है. 100 में से 60 हाउसवाइफ है, 25 फार्मर्स है, 15 चिल्ड्रन है. तो अब 60 हाउसवाइफ, 25 farmers, 15 children, you can easily take out these samples. You can easily investigate the samples. That means you have fixed the quotas. That out of these 100 people, 10 are from this, 20 are from this, 30 are from this. So you have fixed the quotas. Now you can take out the sample from those quotas and you can do your investigation. So in this method, population is divided into different groups according to different characteristics of the population. See this example. Population है 1500 elderly living in a residential setting. तो 1500 लोग हैं जो रह रहे हैं. फाइन. अब हमने कहा है कि पॉपुलेशन ऑलरेडी डिवाइडेड मिलेगी आपको ग्रुप्स में. तो ऑलरेडी डिवाइडेड है पॉपुलेशन, जिसमें से 1000 मेल्स हैं, फीमेल्स हैं और 500 मेल्स हैं. तो 1500 में तो ये तो होगी अपनी स्ट्रेटिफाइड, यहां तक फर्स्ट स्टेप तक जहां पे आपके 1000 फीमेल्स हैं, 500 मेल्स हैं, टिल दिस पॉइंट इट इज अ स्ट्रेटिफाइड सैम्पलिंग. बट नाउ from 1000 females, 100 females are to be investigated, and out of 500 males, 50 males are to be investigated. This is what quota sampling. Clear this? Another example, quota sampling. See, there is a population of people. Now see, I'll select the male above the age of 50. So these 4 males are selected. That means what? We have done quota sampling. We have, see here we have male, female, young kids, and then aged people. So we have made a criteria that will select the male above 50, and that we have selected. So this was all about quota sampling. Now your homework is, you have to explain systematic sampling. Systematic sampling you have to explain in your own words in FAIR notebook.